Hello, my name is Leroy Blevins. Welcome to Mysteries and Histories. In this episode here, what we're going to do is we're going to talk about the films and images in the JFK assassination. Now, as people see my videos and watch my research and everything else like that on my YouTube channel and everything, or read my books, there's a lot of things I present. Okay, I present photographic evidence, not taken by me, taken by somebody else. Now, yes, I have colorized images and stuff like that to separate the color, the black and white and the shadows and everything else, so we can get a full more detail exactly what the image is showing us. But, I get a lot of heat again because, I get people still throwing in my face, and actually literally throwing in my face because the way they're speaking to me in their emails and everything else about, the gunman was here, the gunman was there. But people don't realize that Mr. Orville Nix, okay, he took an image. He's taken images of two shots being fired from shelter number 3. Okay, he took those images. Okay, he gets credit. Okay, I give him credit because he's the one that captured the two shots, the fatal headshot to JFK and the shot to Governor Conley. All I'm doing is showing you the frames where the shots can be seen. Showing you close-ups to show you that there were shots being fired from that location. Like Mary Mormon. Take a look at the Mary Mormon photo for a moment. Let's bring this up. Okay, here's the Mary Mormon photo. Okay, shows two gunmen inside of shelter number 3 right here, with rifles in their hands right here and here, in shelter number 3. Now, I give her credit because this woman here took an image of the assassin that took the fatal headshot to JFK. She took an image of him. She also took an image of the other gunman that shot Governor Conley in the back as he was turned off to his left. She took that image. Okay, I discovered the gunman in that image. I present it. I give her credit because it's her image. She took the image. Okay, she took the image of these two gunmen. But with people put me down and saying, oh, no, this is hogwash, or one thing or another, they're taken from her. Okay, they're taken from her of what she's accomplished, what she's done that day. She took an image of the man that took the fatal headshot to JFK. She took an image of the gunman that took the shot to Governor Conley. Okay, I did it colorized, like I said, which is right here. I colorized it so we can separate, which you can see the gunman right here and his rifle here, and right here. All I did was colorize is just pull out the detail to show people what she captured. She captured the two gunmen. Mr. Orville Nix captured the gunman taking a shot from the side of the shelter. The gunman taking a shot from the window of the shelter. You see what I'm saying? He captured that. But people want to take that away from him because they're going to say, oh, no, this is wrong, that's wrong. Like Mr. Zapruder. Okay, let's look at Mr. Zapruder. Okay, he captured images in his film that shows a bullet hole. A bullet striking the side of the manhole cover here, the concrete right here. See a piece of concrete flying up, bullet striking here, and here's that bullet hole. Okay, all I did was just found more evidence to back up what his image is showing us. Second bullet strikes the top corner, as you see here, top corner, piece of concrete flying up, and there's that bullet hole. And then the next frame, the bullet ricocheting upward, as you see right here, and images of that bullet lying in the grass and a Secret Service agent picking it up. See what I'm saying? People want to come at me and say, oh, well, you're doing this, doing that. All I do here, and it's not saying that I'm better than anybody else or anything else, because they could have found all this stuff themselves. You see what I'm saying? They could have found all this stuff themselves, but they didn't bother looking. Okay? When I analyze the films and images, I look and see what they show us. Okay? The Zapruder film shows 12 to 13 shots making contact either with JFK, Governor Conley, or the surroundings. Think about that one for a minute. It shows us that. The Orville Nix film shows us the shot being taken to JFK, the fatal headshot, the shot to Governor Conley. Orville Nix filmed that. Mary Mormon took an image of both gunmen with rifles in their hands in the same place, in the same location, the shelter. Mr. Darnell took the side view image of that shelter and actually captured both gunmen again, but one of them still aiming his rifle. The Bronson film, he's standing way across on the other side of Dilly Plaza there. He also captures 2 shots being fired from shelter number 3. Okay, these people is the one that captured all of this. All I'm doing here is showing the public what they captured. Okay, like here, let me show you something. This image here shows me, right? Shows me inside of shelter number 3. My son, Jesse, took this image. He's credited for the image. What does this image shows us? It shows me staying in shelter number 3. Am I correct? So basically, that's all I'm doing. My son took the image of me inside of shelter number 3. I'm standing there. He took a picture of me inside of shelter number 3. That's what this image is showing us. I'm in shelter number 3. My other son, Joshua, he took this image right here. Okay, he took this image right here. He's showing us Elm Street, and here's Elm Street, and here's Main Street. JFK was shot up here. Okay, he shows us the County Records building and Deltex building. You can't see the Texas School Book Depository. Okay, but you know, he took this image. Okay, all I'm doing is explaining what he took. Elm Street, Main Street, and the buildings. You know, that's all I'm explaining. You see what I'm saying? That's the same thing. See, I'm not taking credit for these images being taken because I wasn't even alive during that time. All I'm doing is presenting what these images are showing us, what these images are telling us. Just like when I sit there and say about the Zapruder film. Okay, let's look at the Zapruder film for a minute. Everybody says he went back and then he went to the left. I point out, well, no, in the Zapruder film, if you watch the Zapruder film, he actually goes to the left. Okay, he actually goes to the left. He don't go back and to the left. He actually is going off to his left. This is what's presented to me and everybody else out there. Every other researcher out there shows him going to the left. Not back and to the left, but to the left. So that's all I'm presenting what the film shows us. You see what I'm saying? But no, I'm getting heat for it, just like the Bell film. Okay, let's look at the Bell film for a minute. The frame from the Bell film shows us a gunman hanging out of the window with a rifle in his hand. With a rifle in his hand. Okay, Mr. Bell captured that. Okay, let's look at Hughes' film. Excuse me. Look at the Hughes film. Shows a shot being fired from that window. So we have a shot being fired from that window right there. And we have Bell film right here. And this is what I'm going to do. Let me pull this up if you don't mind, please. Okay, let's see. Nope, that's the wrong frames. Well, I ain't got the frame with me. But yes, in a way I do. Let me show you. Let me see. Be shot number 2. So I'm going to pull this up. All right. And we're going to zoom in on frame 229 right here. What you see, 229. And this is all I'm doing. This is all I'm presenting. Okay, no false information or anything else. This is all I'm doing. Okay, this is all I'm doing. I'm presenting evidence, people. I'm presenting evidence. Okay, I'm presenting, hey, there's a gunman inside of the county record building on the 2nd floor. How we know this? Because we see a gunman hanging out here with a rifle in his hand. Seen in the Bell film. We go to Hughes' film. Okay, we go to Hughes' film. Same window, shot being fired. Now we go to the Zapruder film because we know the location of the gunman by the Bell film. We know there was a shot fired by the location of seen in the Hughes film. Now we go to Zapruder film to find out exactly when the shot. We do our time frames and everything else by lining up the cars and stuff like that, so we can pinpoint exactly what shot this made contact with, and it was a shot to the back of JFK's head. The first shot to the back of JFK's head. Okay, then we go into looking for more evidence. So we got it right here. So I'm going to pull this up right here. Okay, let's pull all these other frames back up. Okay. And let's bring this one back up. I'm going to pull this down here. Okay. This is all I'm doing here is I'm taking these images and lining them up, pinpointing them, putting time frames to them to see when these shots occur, where these shots make contact with, and everything else. That's all I'm doing. So we know the gunman was in the 2nd Florida County Records Building. We see him take this shot. We know the shot lines up to the first headshot to JFK. Then we go in the back of JFK's head and we see that bullet hole right there. So we have the gunman, the shot being fired, shot making contact, and where that bullet made contact at was the back of JFK's head right here. So you see, that's all I'm doing, is piecing all the evidence together, putting a puzzle together and piecing it. That's all I'm doing. Okay, like I said, this evidence has been out there for the past 50 plus years. This evidence has been out there. Okay, but no one's bothered even taking the time to sit back and say, well, let's see what the images and films shows us. Instead of sitting there keep on pushing this issues about the films being altered, images being altered, and everything else. What are they telling us? What are they showing us? Okay, that's the reason why I base a lot of my research, and 95%, 99%, I'm going to say 99% of my research is based on what we can see in the films and images. And there's only 1% of eyewitness accounts where I read their accounts and study it when I watch the film, and I can say, okay, there you go. This is this, or this is that, just like the Newmans. Newmans and Mr. Zapruder's first testimony, assassin was behind him. Well, the Mormon photo shows us that. The Nix film shows us that. The Bronson film shows us that. The Darnell film shows us that. You see, all these films and images shows us their story. Same as the Zapruder film. We watched the Zapruder film. Governor Khan said he was looking off to his right. And it wasn't until he started turning to his left when he felt the blow in his back after he heard the second shot. We line this up and we look at it and we go, okay, well, the only 2 shots he can hear is the 2 shots that come from shelter number 3. Because he said he heard 2 shots. The first shot struck JFK, and the second shot struck him when he was turned off to his left. So we watched the Zapruder film, and we see the 2 shots occurred that he's talking about was the fatal headshot to JFK, and then all of a sudden he starts turning around to his left, and then we see the blow in his back, which a bullet impact into his back, which we can see this in the Zapruder film. And then he falls over into his wife's lap, like he says. So his story is matching what we see in the Zapruder film. You see what I'm saying? So see, that's all I'm doing. That's all I've ever done when it came to doing research in JFK assassination, is I find the evidence to back up these people's story. Excuse me, I gotta take a drink. There's a fly flying around here. That's all I've been doing. Okay, that's all I've done in my research, was go over stories, find evidence of who these, these stories are telling us and everything else. Because like I said, here's close up from frame 29 of the Zapruder film. And we see the bullet impact right here in the back of JFK's head. Okay. I show you the gunman who took that shot. Just like when I show you the image from the Mary Mormon photo. This is the gunman who took the fatal headshot to JFK. This is the gunman who took the shot to Governor Connolly as he was turning off to his left. That's all because this is what the films and images tell us. Okay. The gunman on the rooftop of the County Records building. Right here. I found him. Okay, I found him right here. And you can see him coming down, taking aim, and firing his rifle. Right here. You can see this in motion. Okay, a lot of people say, oh, that's debris in the film and stuff like that. No, it's not. Because honestly, when I found this and I posted this, I had a lot of people, even from InfoWars and everything else, calling me over this. But they want me to change the story around about the fatal headshot. All they want me to do is, I said, well, I won't do that. I'll present this if you want me to, but they want me to present some other stuff saying, hey, no, the fatal headshot came from this location, that location. But they even seen this and he watched this and stuff, and they said, yeah, that is a gunman. Even a lot of researchers done this. A lot of top researchers, after I found it and pointed out, they're like, yeah, it's there. It's there. Just like when I found Oswald's fingerprints on the bullet casings. They said, well, yeah, his fingerprints are there. Just like when I sit there and tell people, hey, a bullet strikes the side of the manhole cover right here. And you know the funniest part about it is, I want to show you something. Right here. You see that? See what a pencil's marking right here? This image was taken on November 22nd, 1963, after the assassination. And that pencil right here is right here. On that manhole cover. Right here. Let me pull up this manhole cover right here so I can show you. This image here was taken right here. Right there. Where the first shot hit the side of the concrete and manhole cover. The second shot hit up here, and the bullet ricochets and then lands in the grass. But this one here struck more into the grass area, into the side of it, because there's the bullet hole right here. And the bullet's lying right here. The bullet's here. So they actually picked up this bullet. It's in the files and records. Okay, this is where this image came from. This image right here came from them files and images that I have, that I don't present a lot of it. Like I said, I've never shown this in my videos or nothing like that before. I think it's in my book, but it's not in my videos. This is the first time I'm showing this image here. That's this right here. The bullet was right here. They picked that bullet up, and it's right here, and the bullet hole is right here, and that's where the bullet hole is right here. The other bullet, which is the one which is 30.06, which that one was over here as well, but that was found in the grass area, and you see the Secret Service agent picking it up and stuff like that, and that bullet struck right here in the top corner of the concrete manhole cover. So you see, all I did was took all this information and pieced it together so we can have the answers. Okay, just like the babushka lady. For years, everybody's talking about this babushka lady stuff, but no one's even bothered paying attention to it until I pointed out, hey, she turns the light on right here. You see that light turning on. Here's the top of the camera. Here's the top of her head. Here's the scarf. Here's the lens of the camera right here. Here's the side of the box camera. We can see that's a box camera. And the light's on the bottom of the camera. The light comes on underneath the camera. See what I'm saying? All I did was go over the information in these films and images and then present that. Excuse me. That's why I sit there and said, you know, there's a lot of evidence out there in these films and images. They tell us a lot. There's a lot of information on what we can see. And that's all I'm doing, is presenting what can be seen in these films and these images. I give you the frame numbers. I show you the images. I'll show you up close. There's been people actually look for this stuff in other copies of images of films they even find on that stuff. Just like Gummin, they said, well, yeah, you can't see it in the images and the thing, but you also made a video on that where I went on the internet and I showed people and gave them the site and everything else and zoomed in on that Mary Mormon photo, and there's both of the gunmen in the black and white. So you see, there's a lot of evidence there, but that's all I'm doing, is presenting it. Okay, but I get heat from presenting what can be seen in films and images. I get heat from it. Okay, that's all I'm getting, is heat left and right. Okay, all I'm doing is taking this information, piecing it together. Like, okay, the bullet casing here, 30.06 bullet casing found up here on the rooftop of the county records building. The manhole cover was hit 2 times. The grass area was hit 2 times. Bullet was retrieved in the grass area. The curb shot was hit where James Tagg was standing. We see this in the films, and we can see these in the images. All I did was piece it together by the evidence to show people this information. Where the bullet came from the gun on the rooftop of County Records Building. This is where these shots came from, in the manhole cover. These images show bullets being retrieved there. People, Secret Service agents, and police officer stuff's looking at that location of the manhole cover, trying to figure out where these shots came from. And all I did was just say, hey, the shots came from the rooftop of County Records Building so we can see this. Because this lines up with the grass area and even the curb shot. Okay, that's all I've done, was pinpoint the shots and pinpoint the gunman who took those shots. That's all I've done. Okay, and I presented the evidence, photographic evidence, mind you, and everything else. So see, I get heat for that. When Mary Moore took her image, she's the one who captured both of the gunmen inside shelter number 3. Orville Nix was the one who shot his film. He's the one that captured the gunman taking a fatal headshot from the window, as you see right here. He's the man that filmed that. He's also the man that filmed the gunman taking the shot from the side of the shelter that struck Governor Connolly in the back. And all Mr. Spruder did was his film just shows us where the shots made contact with. Basically, that's all it is. So you see, it's not me. Okay, you want to gripe about what the evidence I show and present and everything else. Remember this. Keep this in mind. Keep this in mind. This evidence has been in front of the public's eye for the past 50 years plus. Don't blame me for finding it, because that's all I did was find it. Okay, that's all I did is make discoveries in images and films. I didn't take any images or films. I just made the discoveries that was in the films. I just made discoveries on what these films and images shows us and tells us. And all I did was just put it together like a puzzle to find out where these shots made contact with, who took these shots, where these shots came from, and everything else, as I pointed out in the films and images. That's all I've done. So don't forget that like button. Don't forget to subscribe. Don't forget to tell your friends about us. Always in the description down below. You find us out where you can know my book, Evidence Conspiracy, the only book you'll need in JFK assassination. Thank you, and you have a pleasant, pleasant day.